My name is Hannah Nordling, and I studied politics and history here with an emphasis in global studies and a minor in Latin American studies. I think politics really opened up like a lot of doors for me to see like there's so many other jobs and opportunities that I can like impact communities that I care about, and then history allowed me to like feel confident and like I know what I'm doing kind of thing. A lot of times I think people see history as something that like happened and you can just keep your PowerPoint for 30 years and you don't have to change it, but it is an ongoing study that stuff does change. Like sometimes you find a new artifact or something that might change something, but also the way we can study people and our understanding of people changes over time, and so that's going to change the way like we see the past.
So I'm Dr. Heather Thiessen-Reily. I'm a professor of history here at Western. Hannah appeared in fall 2018 in my Latin American Studies survey. She was so engaged and thoughtful from the very first assignment. She struck me as being, oh, this is somebody I would really like to recruit into the history program, right? She clearly had an interest in Latin America because she started taking a couple other classes with me, and then I was just overjoyed when she said she wanted to add the double major, and not only the double major in history, but also the Latin American Studies minor. And so she was in my environmental history of the borderlands. She was in my Latin American revolutions class. And, you know, she just brought such a light into class.
Dr. Thiessen-Reily, I feel like was somebody who definitely always just wanted to see like kind of what I wanted to do. Okay, like what are you interested in doing? What's another thing that you might be passionate about? And so I think for her to like always just ask it and like leave it open like that allowed me to explore it not only like in the classroom, but also on Western's campus in general.
One of Hannah's greatest strengths is that it's always the question and answering the question that drives her, I think, intellectually. She would read about something and then she would be able to create a question about it. And I think one of the other things too that made me feel really confident in recommending her was, you know, this last year has been so hard on students with COVID-19. And through it all, I never saw a change in Hannah's engagement, her commitment, her preparation. She handled everything with such grace when the rest of us couldn't. And that to me just really spoke to hear somebody who is more than just a good student. Here's somebody who's versatile and resilient, and no matter what is thrown at her, she is going to find a way to continue to make meaning and value and be engaged with the world.
One of my first clubs I got involved with was Operation Smile, which is a global nonprofit that provides cleft lip and cleft palate surgeries to people. And then they also work with doctors in countries to get access to like plastic surgery that does that. So they do teachings. And then their end goal is to remove themselves from those countries. So like places like Rwanda only had one plastic surgeon for the whole country. And so then they were able to go and help give resources to train people. So these surgeries that are like very easy to do, very inexpensive, a lot of times it's just a lack of resources with doctors. I joined Mock Trial, which does mock trials, and I was an attorney that year, so we got to like do a case that was on a murder, and we had to like either be the defendant or the prosecutor, and then you were the attorney for that, and you had to like interview witnesses, and you had to collect like testimonies and stuff, and then put it on in a courtroom, and we got to travel to the Springs for that in the spring. And then I also got involved with Women at Western that year as a like social media manager and marketer. And so we got to put on our big like Women Day celebration, which is March 8th. And so for that we had people come in and like we had people speak, and then we had people come and dance, and then we also had a career fair.
I think the world needs to be prepared for her because she is going to be taking all that knowledge of political theory and revolution and change, and she's going to bring that into whatever she does. And what I think she's going to experience in her future, near and far, is actually history of adventure class. And I think Hannah's going to have incredible adventures, and no matter what they are, she's going to be at the center of them.